Today we're talking about the small business loan provisions in the CARES Act. Now, Congress approved $350 billion for small business loans, but I'm sure that you've heard that that funding has already run out. Now, on the 24th of this month, they actually approved an additional $310 billion. And on Monday, banks began taking new applications due to the new influx of funding. Now, small business loan funding was based in two programs. And the first one was the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, or the EIDL, which was offered directly through the Small Business Administration. Now, these EIDL loans could be used for things like payroll, fixed expenses, or any other expenses that couldn't be paid due to the effects of coronavirus. Now, interesting thing about these loans, but they actually featured what was called an advance or a grant. And so if you filled out your EIDL application on SBA's website, what you would have seen is a box for you to check off to say, yes, please consider me for a grant or an advance of up to $10,000. Now, what we later found out from the SBA was this grant was based on the number of employees that you had. So 10 employees got you $10,000. One employee meant $1,000 as far as a grant. Now, the grant portion actually does not have to be repaid at all, even if you don't decide to take the EIDL loan later on. The Small Business Loan Administration, if you applied for one of these loans, I'm sure you know they're very backed up with these EIDL applications. And so earlier this week, we actually saw late Monday, early Tuesday, the SBA announced that even though there was new funding, this $310 billion, they would not be taking any more EIDL applications at this point. So they have a huge backlog, and they're going to be working through the backlog, and those people who previously applied for the EIDL loans will be served on a first-come, first-served basis. The other loan program that has gotten a lot of attention in the press is the Paycheck Protection Program, or the PPP loan. Now, the reason it's got a lot of attention is because of the fact that there was a lot of large publicly traded companies that ended up taking out this loan. Now, the way that this loan functions is that it can be used for payroll, salary, commissions, rent, mortgage interest, things like that. You can get approved for up to 2 times payroll for the loan amount, and the loan itself is at a very low interest rate of 1%. Now, the most popular provision of this loan is the fact that if you use the loan proceeds, the majority of the loan proceeds for payroll and keeping employees on payroll, then the loan is actually 100% forgivable. So you can imagine that this was very popular with people. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this loan, the PPP loan, there was additional funding. So banks began taking new applications this week. Now, I think the key thing is with both of these loans, you can apply for one, the other, or you can actually apply for both. But what you want to make sure is that you're keeping very clear and succinct records. So because of the fact that there's a lot of free money involved, right? So you either can have a grant through the EIDL or some of your loan forgiven through the PPP program. You want to make sure that you're keeping clear records and showing what you're spending these loan proceeds on. And I think time is of the essence. So if you're interested in applying for the PPP loan, do that right away. Do not hesitate and figure out the logistics later. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to my YouTube channel. This month we've talked about everything CARES Act related, and if you're interested in finding out more, please visit my blog and my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.